loosen them up a little bit.
Loaf, it's your birthday week. How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm good. You know what? I've a lot of stuff going on this week. Obviously, it's been busy. But one of the things I've been trying to be cognizant of doing is listening to more books, using Audible and listening to books. And I saw that the former CEO of Barstool put a book out. Erica put a book out and just like, talking about what she thinks. And the name of the book is called Nobody Cares About Your Career. So it's kind of like, here's a guide to careers, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to it, and it's okay. Like, I think I'm aged out of, like, the people she's giving advice to. Like, some of the stuff she's giving advice about, I'm like, yeah, I know that. I've been through those stages of career.
Like, what's an example? What have you aged out of?
A good example is, like, when you're young in your career, just make sure that you can, like, handle booze when you go to an event or something like that. That you don't.
You're definitely aged out of that, sir.
You don't say something, or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm at the point where I'm not. My career's not really growing that much. I'm at kind of the position I'll be at. I mean, I'm probably not. Maybe I got one more. Raise in my, or one more position bump in my life. I don't really have a lot of promotions left in my career at this point. I'm getting up there and getting higher up in the rankings, but there's a lot of stuff like about how to grow your career, or like paying attention to meetings and all this different stuff. Like, to me, a bunch of obvious stuff. But then there's a bunch of other stuff, and I was just like almost getting a little annoyed with it, or just sort of like, I don't know, the book's kind of turning me off a little bit. And it's not her. It's just like the subject matter. And I realized what the fuck it was. Uh-oh. And I realized something in general about
that makes you angry.
Books where you try to learn, and just society in general. And what it was that I realized was going on here is this is a bunch of type A personality bullshit. And I am not a type A personality, and I don't think you are either, MSS. No. I would consider us type B personality people, right? In general. But I think a lot of what goes on at work, a lot of what goes on in, like, if you listen to a self-help book or whatever, it's all type A bullshit. It's all the type A's trying to push us type B's to be a different person. Let me read something from Wikipedia about type A people. Type A people were said to be hasty, impatient, impulsive, hyper alert, potentially hostile, and angry. Research has also shown that type A personalities may use to deal with reality or avoid difficult realizations. Interesting, though, type A personalities do not always outperform the type B personalities, although they generally do, and they tend to kind of be more productive at work, et cetera, et cetera. And it got me wondering, MSS, we're surrounded by type A people, if you look at it. Teresa E., I would say, type A person.
100% type A. Yeah.
I would say both of our wives are probably type A people.
Yes.
Are the type A's fucking with our entire lives, MSS? Like, I read this and came to this realization. I'm like, fuck, at work, the type A's run the thing. When I'm listening to this book, fucking type A's are telling me what to do. And it's like, we're type B's. Can't we just be type B's?
It's interesting that you say that and how it flushes out, right? Because I feel like the dynamic in the relationship that my wife and I have is, if she didn't push me in certain areas, like, I wouldn't leave the house unless to go to your house or go to Sox games. Like,
I'm the same.
That would be the only reason I leave.
No, I'm with you.
Like, I got plenty of shit to keep myself entertained. I mean, clearly, I got plenty of shit to keep myself entertained at my house. Like, I don't really need to leave. They've been gone since Tuesday, so they're just like, dude, he's been sitting in the basement for fucking 4 days, and they're not wrong. Like, I was outside in the garage one day. That was it. Like, I just want to get shit organized and get things going, and just have a certain thing, whatever. Yeah. And so, but like, that's the one thing is like, this is to motivate me to move and to get out of the house and go do something. But also, like, I feel like, and I don't want to use this term, but I feel like we're like bottom bitches, like, we're the ones that do all the grunt work and the bad work and all that shit that the type A don't want to do. You're like, yes, I gotta put this away. I'm gonna pick this up. I'm gonna throw the garbage out. I'm gonna, whatever, like, make sure everything's clean so then it feels more comfortable, because I know you and I are in the same way. Like, if everything's too cluttered up, we're just like, I can't think. I gotta look. I have to go fix this. I can't deal with this. So I'm that
way at work too, MSS. I've always been kind of one of the people at work, and now I've risen up in positions and everything, so I don't end up having to do this. But if there's like some little bullshit job or whatever, I'm like, I'll pick that up and fucking do that. I'll knock that shit out. No, I don't have to anymore. But like, yeah, that was my mode too. Is like, oh, no job's beneath me. I'll fucking do it, and like, yeah, but it's just a weird thing. I see what you're saying here, because I agree. my career success is like at least half of my wife, and not overtly pushing me.
Right.
Just like being there, like, I don't know if it's being like supportive or whatever, but I wouldn't work as hard if it weren't for her. It's kind of like my thinking about it. Like, I would not do this. I would not like whatever, however it works. I wonder if some of our natural personalities being torn away from us by type A people. That's my kind of thing. Or dragged in a certain direction by type A people to kind of. This realization came from listening to this book, you know. Like,
you especially, because you have like a high achieving. Well, we both have high achieving wives.
Yes, we do.
But like, you know, but like I dipped out. It was like, I'm not even gonna try to compete with you. I'm gonna do something that you can never make fun of. I'm gonna stay home and raise the kids, and you could never say that I was lazy, because you're like, hey, listen, I'll take care of the kids. Take care of the kids. This is not lazy at all. Bitching about the kids too, but definitely taking care of them. So
that's absolutely. And then once you're done taking care of them, this is
oh,
end up right here.